Welcome to Reality Hunt Club. This is the first webisode of our second season. Remember, our season run from January 16th to January 15th of the following year. The reason we do that is the last day of deer season, January 15th. So the next day, we're basically preparing for the next season. And that's how we come up with these webisodes and that timeline. Now, this webisode is about the end of the year trail camera survey. The very first video that we do. The first thing we do, the 14th, 15th, and 16th, is put out cameras at the end of the season and try to see which big bucks are left over. We did that this year. But last year we used 20 to 25 cameras. But this year we decided to use about 10 because out of all those stations last year, only about 8 or 9 were effective. So we thought we'd just put out the cameras on those spots. So I'm out here today getting the cards from all these cameras and keeping my fingers crossed, hoping that a couple of those big bucks that went unaccounted for will show up on these cameras. So stay tuned and let me get all these cards out and I'll compile them and then I'll go through them like I did last year and we can look at them together and look at the young bucks and hopefully a couple older bucks. So stay tuned. So here we are, we're back in Jacksonville, Florida. I've got all the cards. I've gone through them. Believe it or not, of these 11 cameras, we had about 10,000 photos. Now you leave them out a month, you got 3 burst mode, you put them over a corn pile, each camera can run anywhere from 800 to 1,000 to 1,200 photos. So you're talking about a lot of photos. So what I did was I got on the old computer here and I made a run through them and I pulled out all the buck pictures that I thought were pertinent, all the other photos I thought would be pretty cool to show you guys. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to have this webcam on, I'm going to talk to you, and I'm going to do a screen grab of my computer and I'm just going to flip through them and look at them as if I was looking through them for the first time. So stay tuned and let's go right to that right now. Alright, let's go here. This is our first folder. Alright, the trail camera actually caught me photos of me putting out the corn for the survey that we ran. Don't I look enthused? Didn't take long and this nice 2.5-year-old buck found the corn. As you can see, something got him spooked and he was really getting out of there. And here he comes back. He's a nice deer. Looks like he broke off one side of his let me see if I can get a good picture. Looks like he broke off this G3 up here and this one here. So, you know, fighting with the other bucks and stuff like that, broke it off. He's got potential if we get some good quality food in front of him. Alright, here's that yearling buck. We saw this deer a lot. Don't know what happened to his left side. He's always just been like that. I don't know if he broke it off during velvet or he just didn't grow it. Like to think he broke it off in velvet. But we'll see. It's hard to identify them when they're like that because next year he'll have points coming off. There goes that nice 2.5-year-old with the missing G3s again. I'm just using the regular Windows photo viewer and I'm just scrolling through them. Nothing, no fancy hardware or software here. So here's another little 2.5-year-old buck, as you can see. And here comes that 2.5. There comes that one missing the left side and his that other 2.5. So I started calling those the 3 amigos because they started showing up on all the camera locations. It's amazing how these little bucks got around. Here they are, they're fighting over the corn pile. Show a little posture there. It's pretty cool what the cameras can catch sometime. And this is definitely a mature deer. I don't know, that's the only picture we got of him. Big body deer, nice mass around here. But It could be the double corkscrew, or it could be the big 9, but nice, definitely a mature deer.
So let's go to the next folder. Okay. All right, this is up on the power line. You know, that's down on the power line. This is up on the power line. This is a nice 8-point that we have, 3.5-year-old. He's got really good mass. You can see. I actually let that deer go during muzzleload season because he just wasn't quite old enough, as you see him there. I think this one is the double corkscrew buck. Unfortunately, this camera was only on 1 burst mode, so this is the only photo we got of him. So I'm thinking it is this deer right here, the one we call him double corkscrew. Let me see if, there it goes. Come here, picture. I'm thinking it's this deer right here. I'm hoping it is because he's a nice 3.5-year-old. We actually got some video of him. It sure looks like the way the tines are. It's definitely not one of those ones we were looking at a while ago. So I'm hoping that one's a double corkscrew. Here's a nice, those nice 8-point that I just showed you a while ago. Nice 2.5. Nice 2.5. There's that 3-year-old getting down the woods. I don't quite know where he's going, but he's going somewhere in a hurry. And we loop back around on that. All right, next set of photos. All right, this is those 2 bucks we were looking at on the power line during daylight. This is about 600-700 yards off the power line in one of our food plots. See, there's the G2s. You can see this one didn't grow. It looks like this one did break off. So this is a funny picture. Remember I told you he would get pictures distorted? That was his back legs here and his front legs there. He's got his body distorted. So I don't know if something spooked him off, looked like dirt flying or what, but he just got out of there. That's an interesting photo. He's got some. Looking at this photo right here, see that one did break off and that one did just not grow. He's got some good mass. He's gonna be a nice one. All right, now this one right here, believe it or not, he's a 3.5 8-point, but he's the man. We saw him, but a little concerned about his body weight. He looks like he's run down a little bit from the hard rut. Now, I think all these, I can't quite tell. I think they're all a new bachelor group of bucks, but I never get photos of him on the power line, which is not far from here. And as you can see, he's kind of pushing them off the feeder. Real nice, big 8-point for a 3.5-year-old. Body weight needs to get up a little bit, but real nice buck. All right, we've wrapped around on that one. Next folder. All right. One thing from these photos, it looks like we didn't shoot enough does. We killed 13 does. I'm thinking we might should have killed 16, 17. A nice 2.5-year-old buck going down the lane. And then he comes back to look for the corn. Nice deer. Got real good potential. Actually, it looks like he's a 9. He's going to be a 9. All right. He's not high tine leaf at this time, but, he can grow them next year. Some of those bucks in there eating corn. This guy back here could be a weapon. Look how long his tines are. Nice 3.5-year-old. I got some better pictures of him. I think he's going to be Sway Jr. Here he is right here. Nice 3.5. Looks like something raked him down the side. Nice deer. Nice tines. He's going to be a nice one, as you can see there. And the reason I'm calling him Sway Jr., let me show you the picture of Sway. Let me see. Yeah. I think this is this is his daddy or granddaddy or what, but he's got very similar qualities to him. Like this is the deer my dad killed. This is a deer I hunted so bad, had some encounters with last season, but never got on him. And so now it looks like one of his offsprings or his genetics taking over the same spot. So I'm afraid that one's going to be called Sway Jr. Real nice deer. Going to be a nice one next year. Maybe we'll get some supplement feed in front of him. Real excited about him. So going to the next one. All right, it's
this deer looks like it would be a 3.5. He's got too big a mass to be a 2.5, and his body's too big. This deer actually is showing some rut activity. See how he's chasing these two does the 21st of January? You see how he's doing that? I thought that was pretty cool. Every year I get a doe that's posturing. Look at this doe right here posturing on this food plot. I mean on this feeder. You see her ears back. She's bowing up. So I was looking at these photos and I come across here and I came to this one. I was like, wow, look at these two does on their hind legs about to fight over this feeder. And why are they doing it? Because it's a lot of does. And this is on the other side of the club. So once again, I think we need to shoot about 3 or 4 more does next year. So thought that was pretty interesting. Nice buck, a bunch of does. So let's go on to the next one. Alright, once again, ton of does. This is one of our fields where we had our soybeans. We're going to have soybeans and peanuts this year. And a bunch of does. And here's another nice 2.5-year-old. He's got potential. He's kind of, I wonder if those brow tines are going to stay like that. If they stay like that, he'll be easily identifiable. And there's our 3 amigos I was talking about earlier. Nice 2.5. Seems like they like to congregate out here. Alright, this deer right here. We got this deer back in November. And we argued a little bit about whether he was a whether he grew it like that or whether it broke off in velvet. Of course, I like to think it broke off in velvet. Chuck's thinks he's afraid that he grew it like that. So won't know. He's got a real good right side, as you can see. These are the pictures we got back in November of him. And if he could just grow the other side, he would be so much better. And I think he's definitely a 3.5-year-old deer. So he could be a 2. His body's kind of small, but he'd be a huge 2 if he was. But anyway, he needs to grow that other side. As you can see, all the bucks in here chasing and frolicking in this field. So I thought that was pretty cool. Now, Frog is our next door neighbor, and he has a couple cameras out, and this is right across the property line. And these are 2 nice 3.5-year-old bucks. Look at this 8-point here, and I think it's the same one as this one that we got pictures of back in December. Let me get back out of here. Let me move it around. I think that's the same deer right there. He's got real good mass, and I was glad to see him make it, and the one in the background. He's nice 3.5, real good mass. Once again, 8 points. We don't seem to have too many 10 points. And you see the dude in the background. And here's another picture of him zoomed in. You can see the mask coming off. And the one in the background. So, nice deer. Anyway. Alright, so that's basically our bucks. There's a couple we didn't get accounted for. Here's I thought one of the photos could be double corkscrew, and we didn't get a picture of the big 9. I'm showing you some video of the big 9 right here. A real big 4.5-year-old. So don't quite know what he is, but once again, they say you only get 20 to 40% pictures of your trail cameras. I think we get a little bit better, but you never know with these bucks. They could be in a different area on a different food source in January and February. So really won't know until May, until they get back into their summer habits and their bachelor groups as to which ones did make it. But we are excited. We got a real good crop of 2, 3s. Didn't identify the 4. Maybe that was a 4 blurry on the power line. But looks like the only thing we got at this trail camera survey was 2s and 3s. And so, like I said, it was 10,000 photos. We ran it for about 3.5 weeks till all the corn was gone. So now, February 15th, they're going to start dropping their antlers until they start growing them again around the 1st of May and start watching them. Then we'll put the cameras back out. So, hope you enjoyed this. Hope it's not too long. I wanted to share these photos with you guys, so I narrowed them down. So anyway, this is the first one of season 2. Really excited about it. So stay tuned. We got some awesome shows coming up. So so stay tuned for our other shows and keep watching us. Tell your friends to watch us and pass us around. We appreciate all viewers and your comments. So thanks for watching Rally Hunt Club, and stay tuned for another good episode.
We have a ton of ways for you guys to follow us and to keep track of our new videos that we put out. Probably the most popular way is Facebook. Log into your Facebook account and go up to the top search bar and type Reality Hunt Club. There you'll see our Facebook page. Go over and like us, and you'll be getting updates in your Facebook stream as to our new videos that come out. Another way is youtube.com/ToxicGivens. Click the subscribe button up at the top, and you can subscribe. And of course, you can always leave your comments in Facebook. You also can do it here in YouTube. This is me showing you an example of how to leave a comment in YouTube. And of course, we have a Twitter account too. You can follow at ToxicGivens if you have a Twitter account. And of course, we have the website ToxicGivens.com. You can follow us there. And if you've got an iPhone or any kind of MP3 device, you can click on the link iTunes, and we have an iTunes channel where you can download a smaller version of these videos. And finally, we're on Google Plus. If you log in your Google Plus account and you type Reality Hunt Club, it'll take you to our Google Plus page. So many ways to follow us. Pick one, pick them all, however you want to. Please follow us and keep track of our videos, and we'll keep bringing you good content and from this point on. So thanks for watching Reality Hunt Club.